your season from the beginning? Like, why did you pick your school? And then just the kind of some downs and ups that you can kind of give to some seniors getting ready to get in this recruiting world, dealing with the transfer portal and stuff like that. Whoever, whichever one want to go first.
You going?
I'll go
Okay.
first. Yeah, it's just a big adjustment,
Hold on, Justice.
that I
Wait,
honestly
first
think.
of all, because everybody don't know who y'all are, introduce yourself.
Okay.
So your name,
Oh,
your class, what school you at, and then you can kind of go into it.
okay. My name is Justice. I'm the class of 2028, and I go to
My
the University of
name is
Texas.
Heather. I'm a class of 2028, and I go to Texas State.
Gotcha.
Oh, you just
Go ahead, Justin.
Okay, well, I think honestly, college has just been a huge adjustment, like adjustment that I still haven't even really gotten used to yet. I don't think any amount of words that somebody can tell you, or like my mom played college basketball, and I don't think any words that she told me like could prepare me for the way that things are going to be when you get
Right.
here. um like just from a standpoint as like as long as practice are like just like simple things that you honestly like take advantage of in high school. It's just there's no words I can even imagine like the adjustment that you go through.
what's been the biggest adjustment? Like something that
I think at first my biggest adjustment was being away from home. I think living in a home with my mom, and I have three little sisters, and so like coming here and being in my own dorm, being by myself, like pretty much anytime outside of practice, going to do things by myself, stuff like that, I think has definitely just been the biggest adjustment for
what
me.
about you, Heather?
I think honestly, my biggest adjustment will be like the eating, when to know like what to eat, what time to eat, because like of what's going on with my schedule.
So I would agree with that. Like I feel like that was my biggest struggle because I'm picky first of all,
Yeah,
and
Mm.
I don't eat a lot. So having to make sure you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks,
yeah.
like making sure you're eating the right thing. That was probably my biggest adjustment.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got something to add?
Uh, yeah. So you kind of talked about like going to do stuff by yourself. How often was you kind of going to do stuff by yourself? Like that adjustment. Like you not like you got your teammates, of course, but like, did you do other activities like by yourself, like going to I don't know, maybe a party or a school event, like activity or whatever, like the case may be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think being like on a senior led team, like, a lot of these girls don't want to hang out with the freshmen, or they have other things that they're doing outside of practice. And also they don't want to be around us all the time. And so I think it's just like, it's really the small things where it's like going to the grocery store by yourself, and like going to the mall by yourself, and like just stuff like that. Like there's four girls in my house, and so like it was just the little things that really like I felt like threw off my routine for a really long
Wait, hold
time.
up. Are y'all freshmen don't have to stay in San Jack?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in
Oh,
San Jac.
okay. How's it for y'all together?
No, my family.
Oh,
There's
I was
four girls in
finna
my
say, wait,
family, and
hold
so
up.
no, coming to San Jac and
I
being by
got
myself
you.
is
I
crazy.
got you. I was gonna say, wait, hold on. Freshmen can move off campus now? Okay. That
No.
makes sense. That makes sense. I got it. Okay. What you about to say,
Yeah,
something, Heather?
I would for my team it was kind of different. Like the seniors didn't mind hanging out with us, so like it would just all be a group thing. I know like we definitely all been like for welcome weeks, like the welcome weeks parties, like we've all been there. But then after that, that was it. Like after that, you just by your lonely, and I like being by myself, so it wasn't really that much.
I think someone asked, or Lefty asked, is college something you can prepare for? So I know just as you talked about earlier, like your mama played, like you can do whatever you can to try to prepare, but once you get there, it's just different. But like,
Yeah, it's completely
can you
different.
give some
Yeah.
any type of advice that you would say like y'all athletes need to make sure you do this to be kind of ready?
I mean, honestly, I think the worst part for me whenever I came in was the
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
weights. And I think lifting weights and then going to practice for 4 hours, 3 hours is something that like shot me. Like I was exhausted. And dragging yourself through practice is like rough, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
preseason, whenever you're not quite playing yet. And so then it's like, all right, we're also practicing and we're also doing strength and conditioning like every
Yeah,
day. And so honestly, I would say like the little high school lifts and stuff that y'all do like is cute, but it's not gonna work. And I promise you that. I got lucky because I was coming off my injuries, so I was doing weights like every day with a strength and conditioning coach. But even doing that, I still wasn't prepared like to come in and lift college weights and then go to a college practice.
that makes sense.
Mine was
Gotcha.
just you can't like honestly you could prepare for it, but like you can't necessarily prepare for it. You would, I feel like, in my opinion, you would have to have like a college friend who actually just sets it to you straight. I
Yep.
know my adjustment was like using ball screens because I just casually knew how to score regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And if I didn't come off that ball screen, if I didn't use that screen, it's a punishment. So that was just an adjustment for me because it's just like I felt like I didn't need a ball screen. So
Right.
yeah.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
You got something, Ashley?
Go ahead.
Um, what was like one moment in your span of like your from your summer workouts to your season where you was like frustrated and you was like, man, F this, like this ain't it.
Uh, it was definitely track season for us. That track was no joke. I seriously probably contemplated that whole 6 weeks of college basketball is really something I wanted to do. Um, I don't know. It's the speed is a lot different in college, and I'm not the quickest player. And it also didn't help that I put on a ton of muscle in the summer.
Mm,
So I felt like with every step, like it was taking everything in me to get through a hour-long track workout. It was pretty rough.
got you. Kind of
Before you go,
talk.
oh
Go
my
ahead.
bad.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, that's actually a good point, Justice. Like I feel like most times, majority freshmen, when they go into college, they're going to pick up muscle. They're going to gain weight. They're gonna do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Like, how
Yeah.
was you able to even make that adjustment of your body changing? Because your body changes.
I think I'm still kind of struggling with it, honestly. Whenever I got to school, I was
Hmm.
182, and by the end of summer, we were lifting weights like 6 days a week. And by the end of the summer, I had put on almost
Wow.
11 pounds of muscle.
Dang, that's
Damn.
big.
So I'm going in, and you know how Coach Schaefer likes to
Yes.
play, and so the denying the floor 94 feet and picking up full court and stuff like that is still a struggle right now. Like my weight is still something that I'm working on
Hmm.
currently. Yeah, it's not fun. I've never This is my heaviest weight that I've
Yeah.
ever played at, and it is rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That's
Man.
Yeah. And you can't drop it because of the bigger girls that you go against, especially in the
Yep.
SEC. So I'm struggling still, especially coming off my injury. My knee has definitely not adjusted to carrying 10 more pounds
mm-hmm.
running around the court, which is something that sucked really bad. I had tendonitis like the whole summer, really
Mm.
bad tendonitis. And I still get it sometimes. Yeah, still adjusting every
That makes
day.
Gotcha.
sense, and I love that honesty.
Yeah. Heather, when was your moment?
Shoot. I feel my moment was like so ours was backwards from them. So we would be in the gym for like 3 hours first, and then we'll go in the weight room. And it's just that would just build up. Like each day that we did it, I was just like, oh my goodness, like this is getting on my nerves. Like we need to do something different. I'm tired of doing the same thing. That was my mindset. So it was just like, bruh, like I'm tired of this. Like, can we just change it up? So that's really was mine. And then the summer, honestly, when I seen myself like gain weight in the summer, I was actually excited because like I'm a small guard. So when I
Yeah.
seen the change and I felt like my bumps being different, I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
good. Heather, you just said something about routine.
Mm.
Can y'all talk about that for a little bit? Because I feel like a lot of athletes, when they training with their trainer or whatever, like they don't want to do the simple stuff. They don't want to do the boring stuff. And I know at
Mhm.
Texas, I know at Texas State, there's a routine. Like you're gonna get tired of doing the same thing over and
Mhm.
over and over again. But can y'all talk about that?
Yeah, basically, Coach Shaper's whole thing is the standard is the standard, and so I know y'all have heard him say
Yep.
that a ton of times. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care what's going on, what you got going on at home. What when you're in between those lines, you're gonna do the things that he
Mhm.
wants you to do, and you're gonna do them the way he wants you to do them. And if it's not done, you
Yeah.
don't play.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's exactly how it is. Like, if you're not doing what the system does, that's really it. Like, if you want to rebuttal back,
Word.
that's it for you.
Yeah.
Uh, what was like the communication like? Was there ever a communication barrier between the coaches and y'all as players, like individually or as a team? Like, was there a moment like, damn, like I understand what you're saying, but like I ain't getting it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, was there ever a moment like that?
Yeah, yeah. I had moments like that. I had moments like that. Like, I would call some meetings, or like during practice whenever I like kind of question like a defensive scenario of how like I would just put my IQ with their IQ and tell them like that kind of doesn't make sense. And then like our assistant coaches will be open to it and say something about it, and then it'll be fixed. So it was just like, it's for me, it's better to like for me to match my IQ with your IQ and it's getting fixed and we could figure out a scenario rather than like you just completely shutting me down.
So your coaches was pretty much like, if you feel like you see something on the court, they pretty much open to you.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like they was open to you as a player, especially as a freshman?
I feel like you have to come and practice and prove yourself on both ends of the court, and I feel like that just stacks up. So once you start doing that, the coaches will start to see, okay, like she a freshman, she might be making some freshman mistakes, but I can still trust her because she up here doing this like what the veterans doing versus like she's still just staying down here and not moving up.
Got you.
I like that.
Justice.
I don't know. It's not really like that for me, honestly. Like I said, like it's really just a standard is a standard. Like if you
Yeah.
can't do it, you sit the bench. He
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
care. He's
That's
he's a winning coach at the end of the day. Like, at the end of the day, like his job is on the line. Um,
Hold on, what are you doing? Before you even watch this video, make sure you like and you subscribe. The more this channel grows, the more you can get seen by college coaches. That's the whole objective. And maybe some good conversations with our podcast. 2 shows weekly. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go subscribe. It's in you. Just go subscribe. I love y'all.
every day, so it doesn't matter if you can't hedge that ball
yeah.
screen.
Yeah,
Go sit down.
exactly.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
That's
so
fair.
how important is it to kind of realize that early, like going to certain, like you going to the University of Texas, you're going to Texas State, like have there ever been moments where you was in practice and be like, hey coach, like I know you want me to do this, but like what about this? Like is
Standard
it ever like,
is the standard.
no,
Fact.
I'm asking the question because I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No,
So
no,
The
Absolutely
standard is
not.
the
nah,
standard.
got you,
nah,
True.
No.
got you.
yeah.
Okay,
And
okay.
I think honestly, just in general, I do think that sometimes that depends. That depends on the coach. Like that depends on like
Yeah,
that depends
absolutely.
on the player sometimes.
Hmm.
Like let's just say at Texas, and I'm just throwing this out. Rory might could say something to Vic as a point guard of maybe her thoughts, her opinions that someone else probably can't say.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it could depend on the coach, right? So I think it's dependable of the team and the coach and the player. Um,
Mhm.
Got
I know. Yeah,
um
I think it's the 720, right?
yes, 7 to 7:20.
Justice Heather, why did y'all choose the school that y'all are at? Justice, why did you choose Texas? And Heather, why did you choose Texas State?
I just think it was the best situation for me, honestly. It's close to home. Coach Vic is a winning coach. Their first year in the SEC. It's kind of cliche, but a lot of Cy-Fair girls go play at
Yeah.
Texas. So I just knew I was gonna have a support system there. I was friends with Madison and Amo before I got there. Yeah, I think it just kind of ended up being the best situation for
Yeah.
me.
Mine would just be knowing that I could get some developed there, and then the coaches knowing that I'm a hooper and a scorer first before you try to put me as a one and a two.
Mm.
So it was just really that for me.
Sounds like finding the right fit was important.
I was about to
Yeah.
say the same thing, especially like because you say you was a scorer. Like, no, we know you're gonna play defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
but like just knowing like I'm a scorer before I'm actually like a point guard in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, is that what I'm getting? Okay,
Yeah.
got you. We got like 2 minutes left. Do anybody got any questions for them before they get off and go on about their day?
And if y'all could, while we wait on that, if y'all could give, I want to go two, one to parent and one to coach. So each of y'all got two parts. But if you can give any advice to a parent, what would it be?
Just be a support system. Like it's not AAU anymore. You can't call and be like, "Why is my daughter not playing? Yeah, my daughter needs to be on the floor." Blah blah blah. It's not AAU anymore. I promise you that. So at the end of the day, I think being a support system and being there for your kid is honestly like is the most important thing. Like being somebody that they can lean on and don't call up the coach. I promise you, it's not
Yeah.
AAU. I've already gone through that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, just be a
I
support
agree.
system.
Support system is big because if I'm calling you and I'm like hours away and I'm telling you like, okay, I'm having a little rough date. Don't sit here and be like, okay, I could call the coach and see what's going on. No,
Yeah.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Just talk to me.
Yeah, and on God, I don't
I
need you
don't.
calling. And coach says something
Yeah,
passive aggressive at
Facts.
I
practice.
don't. I
Because
don't.
So
that's
Cause,
what's going to
cause that's what
happen.
is gonna happen. Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
so true. The comment
yeah,
will come out in practice.
yeah,
Yes, it
it
will.
sure will.
yeah.
It
That's
sure
so
will.
funny. And then athlete. What advice would y'all get to an athlete?
Um, just be really willing to learn. I know it's really hard, like being the best thing at your high school and like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, she's the best thing since like it's
Yeah.
over. It's
Yeah.
over with
Yeah.
pretty much. There's not going to be one accolade. There's not going to be one day in practice where coach is like recognize your old
Yeah.
awards. There's not, I promise you, it's not going to be. So once high school is over, it's over for real. So be willing to learn, understand that you don't know everything. Like you have to be really
Love
open
it.
to
Yeah.
learn.
That especially like it's over. Like she said, you're there's
It's
nothing else
over.
to say.
It's
Whatever you
done.
did, whatever
Yeah,
you
it's
did,
done.
you was top. No, you're not. Not anymore.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
redo it. You're gonna have to redo it.
The fact.
Yep.
Somebody asked, what did y'all take away from the first year?
Ooh.
Even though the first
Um,
year isn't over yet, technically.
Mhm.
But
yeah. Um, my biggest takeaway is probably um I think I think it's like this, like I said, like the speed and stuff on the court,
mhm.
honestly. I don't think anybody is really ready for it, but I know
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Mhm.
So I think for next year, it's really just like the speed, it's not gonna slow down for you. Like, yeah, you can play at your pace, like once you're on offense, but like you're selling out every
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Mine would just be knowing that you have to like always give it your all because whatever just happened outside of practice, you better not bring that in practice because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's your job to be honest. So if you're not giving 100% at your job every day, then you risking not playing. So
Ooh, I love it. Very, very last one. I know we over the time a little bit. Who's the best player y'all played this year?
Oh God.
I would say we played against TCU, but I felt like Madison Connor was actually like that.
Okay.
Like she was like that. Versus like whenever I was guarding like Haley, it was just like, okay, you bumped me a little bit, so I
Yeah.
gotta get in the weight room some more up
Yeah.
here. But like it for me, it wasn't that if I was guarding her the whole game, I feel like I would have a whole say so. But Madison Connor's just like I feel like guarding a shooter who is always just moving,
Yeah,
and you
Mm-hmm.
also got to be in help with the shooter. That's very challenging.
yeah, I like it.
I think Madison from Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Oh, I can't remember what her name is, but she's a mismatch at the four.
yeah,
I couldn't even play
let's
that
put
game,
in the
to be
level.
honest with you. My coach took me out so quick. Bruh. Snatched me out. One trip
What?
down the
What?
floor. 32
It's
seconds in the book.
not the remembering for me. You
See,
a trip.
remember it. Listen,
Yeah.
yeah,
Madison Scott.
Oh,
Scott
yeah. I
is
was
her
gonna
last
say
name.
Scott. It
Madison
was on the
Scott.
tip of my
Yeah.
tongue.
Yeah.
Golly, that is funny.
Ed, do you want to get? You want them to answer this last question or move it to the next
What
person?
work?
It's one more question. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they
What's
can go
one
ahead.
thing
Go
you
ahead.
wish?
They can go ahead.
What's one thing you wish you would have done to better prepare for college? And that's literally the last
Yeah,
question, y'all.
yeah.
Um, to better prepare. I don't know. I think if you come in shape, it's definitely easier for sure. I was in college shape, but I couldn't imagine like coming out of a high school season and taking off that month that you have in between high school and like
Mm.
college season. Well, I don't know how soon certain people have to be on campus, but I had to be on campus
Oh,
May
Mm-hmm.
31st.
yeah, that's quick.
So, yeah, so I graduated and like 2 weeks or like the weekend later I was on
Mm-hmm.
campus. So, I definitely say, yeah, coming in shape. Like once high school is over, like yeah, take that little break for a little bit, but I would definitely say come to school in
I
shape.
was I would say for me more stocked up, like more of me getting in the weight room by myself, because I've
Mm-hmm.
always felt like I was just fine with being in shape and stuff, because like I don't know, I was just fine with that. Mine was just being like getting buffers so I know how to seek the contact on like every single move, or if like I'm playing defense and somebody tries to bump me and I'm just not moving. So
Mm-hmm. I
Gotcha.
love it.
Nah, this is dope. That's dope. I like the honesty though, man. Like
Yeah.
for real. I like the honesty. Like just being able to be vulnerable. Like man, 32 seconds. Shit, that'll make you think for real.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a
Yeah.
fact. And I think like hopefully people that's watching like understand this like from both like playing at the D1 level, justice. Like I really, really, and both of y'all have answered really well. But as Ed just said, I really appreciate your honesty because like at the end of the day, like make down All American, like all of these different things, like you said, don't matter.
Hmm.
Like,
Mm,
and you talked about like you struggling right now, like just with different things, but you
yeah.
still going, you still moving, you still working, you still doing the work. And it's like when you get to college, it's a different level. It
Yeah.
don't matter who you are, number one player in the country or
Yeah.
number 100. Like
Yeah.
the work is the work. The same thing, Heather.
Mm,
Like I appreciate it. Like being a freshman, like it's an adjustment. Going
Hmm.
from getting all the minutes to now trying to
Yeah.
figure it out. Where do I fit? How
Yeah.
can I play in this system? So appreciate
Mhm.
y'all for getting on, spending some time and giving some advice, giving some information.
Thank
yeah,
you.
of
Yeah,
course.
Thank
no
y'all.
problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank y'all.
Good luck in the tournament.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
All right
Thank
now.
you.
yes, they were great communicators for sure.
All right, we got Sean, and then we got
If
London.
y'all got questions, make sure y'all put them in the chat.
Where is London at? Let's see if I spelled it right. There you go. All right, got Sean and London coming up next. Yo,
Yo, what's good? What's
what up? What
good?
up? What up?
How
How you
y'all doing?
been, man? I ain't seen you in a minute.
I know, man. I've been good. I mean, I'm up here in Missouri.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, season just ended. Kind of ended short, but man,
Mm-hmm.
this year's been a blessing for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What up,
Gotcha.
Sean?
Hey.
What up?
Hey,
What up?
hey, man.
Where you headed
Nah.
to?
Huh?
Where you headed to?
I'm at this JUCO event.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
Houston.
okay, okay.
yeah.
Oh, the recent
Oh, it's in
14 joint?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Houston.
It's at Lee College.
Well, it's in like no, Baytown.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um,
I got you. I got you. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just introduce yourself. I said class, and they said class of 2028, and that threw me all the way off.
It
Say
threw
All the way. I'm
me
like,
off
freshman.
too.
wait.
I was
I was
like
like, huh?
2020. I was so confused at first. So not don't say your class.
Say
Say
freshman.
freshman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Name and then what school you at?
My name is Sean. I'm a freshman. I'm at St. Louis University.
My name is London. I'm a freshman at the University of Missouri.
Okay. Let's start it off with why did y'all choose the school you're at?
You can go
Um.
first, Sean.
Okay. I'll say what played a big part in my decision was my position coach.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Houston, so like just having that, and she's a black woman, so just having that going down there, and I'm 12 hours from home, so just having her there with me.
Mm-hmm.
And she played college basketball. She played for the head coach. She played for 4 years D1 basketball. So just having her there from being from home, and also she was also a good developer. We was able to have our individual workouts whenever I wanted to. So just having that was good. And then the team chemistry was great too. It was
Yeah,
like, you know how like a lot of times you have like turmoil within the program. It wasn't really that. Like it was just great vibes and energy with the team.
that's good. Are you like?
Uh, I say for me, of course, the biggest thing was SEC. I mean, we talk about high level basketball. I think that's the first thing that came to my head. I also think too, just looking at the program, I felt like, just how I play, I was gonna be able to add to that and stuff like that. So, I mean, the main thing was SEC. And at the time, I didn't really care about being too far away from home because I'm used to kind of traveling. Like AAU, I done been all over the world, so it was just like, why not leap for my dream and just go out there? So
I love it.
Got you. I mean, I like to get straight
let's
to it, but yeah.
get to it.
What was your most difficult time? I always ask that question because, like, you said you didn't really care about. I mean, both of y'all kind of went far off. Like the last two, they stayed pretty close, but like
Yeah,
both of
we
y'all,
both in Missouri.
yeah, y'all both like
Yeah,
kind of like 5 6 hours away, right?
about two.
Yeah,
You in St.
No, I'm
Louis?
talking about from
Yeah,
Texas,
yeah.
about two.
like from home.
Oh,
We 12.
I was gonna say longer
Oh,
than
my bad.
5.
My fault.
oh, you
My fault.
talking
Okay.
about Houston and Dallas?
No, like
No,
from
No,
Houston and
from
Missouri,
home.
12.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's
was like
12. Yeah.
Okay.
way longer than
Okay.
5.
My fault. My fault. So yeah, like both of y'all kind of went off. You said you kind of wanted to go SEC. Was that like your only SEC offer, or how many? Like, what was like your offers look like before like you was like Missouri? Did you have like another SEC offer that you wanted to go to, or other conference
So
that you want to kind of go to?
I didn't have another SEC, but I did have other Power Fives, mainly in the Big 12 and stuff like that. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. And then yeah, so like what's been the biggest struggle being so far from home?
Like I'm very family oriented. Like when y'all see my dad. So
Hmm.
like it got. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but it was just like, man, like every game I played in, my dad has been to every single game. I probably count on one hand how many games he has missed. So it hit me like probably the fifth game. I was just like, man, I need my parents. I felt like I just needed my parents in order for me to like play at the level that I knew I could play at. So definitely like being away from home was definitely a hard hitter for me. But I mean eventually I got used to it because this was before we had that first break.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, was it fall break?
All
This was
break.
before fall break. Yeah, this was before fall break. And then I went home, came back, and when did we come back? Came back for school, and then we had a long break. We didn't get to go back home till Christmas.
Mm.
So definitely being away from home.
Uh, I want to kind of ask, what was your point where you was like, son, you got to figure this out? Like when was your breaking point? Like, it was either go this way or you going this way.
Probably. It was a situation that happened like I like when back home. I was always the best player, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So one game she just said, "You not playing."
Right.
She didn't like the way like I when she said that to me, I'm like, whoa, like life didn't really hit. I'm like I was just like
after that game, I said, man, I'm not coming back. I'm leaving. I'm finna tell my dad I want to go home now. And then like, my position coach, we had a conversation, and she was just like, "You gonna go home, and then what? Like, you can't
Yeah.
just go home and stuff like that."
Mm,
So yeah.
okay.
Sean, put your phone over a
I
little
was about to
bit so you can.
say the same thing.
There you go.
London, when was your moment like being far away from home? It was kind of like a breaking point for you. Like when is? I mean, I mean, I've seen you with your family and stuff, so I'm pretty much pretty much family oriented
Oh yeah.
as well. So when was like your breaking point? Like this ain't it. Like I got to figure this out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, of course, I didn't mind going far away from home because in the moment, you thinking about like this your dream. You want to play college basketball, so if it's a dream, you kind of don't really care where it's at, right? But I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna lie to you. I went, I had to report to school June 1st, so I was there throughout June. I went home for 4th of July, and I went home for 4th of July. I was fine. Came back to school, and I actually started feeling like, okay, I miss my people. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I feel like you don't know for real until you actually get back in that situation. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then, recently around that time, my niece had just turned 1. I mean, I got a younger brother, he's 8. And like, I'm close to my family. So I was thinking about that, like, dang, like, I didn't miss my brother's football games.
Mm-hmm.
Gladly, I was able to make it to my niece's first birthday because I was like, man, I got to be home for that. Like, I can't. And our birthdays are close to each other. So I was able to go back home or whatever. But whenever like, the time I figured out that I was like, dang, like, I got to figure this out. Um, I think I had moments in workouts and practice where you could kind of tell something was wrong with me. And I think I had to learn very quickly that you can't bring your personal stuff into practice because typically I'm not that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
But when people can notice that and like it's distracting you and you feel like you off your game, you can't focus, that's when it's like, okay, you got to get it together. Like you asked for this, you asked to be put in this position. So this is what comes with it. So I think I just had to accept that.
When you
Yeah,
say,
that's good.
go ahead, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
It's it.
I forgot what I was about to say. Go ahead. You got
Uh,
it.
um, when you was like bringing kind of your problems into practice or whatever film room, was it off your body language or like how was you like responding to the coaches? Like what was that type of experience like, or those moments was like? Like was it your body language or was it like coach would say something and you'd be like, and like not disrespectful, but you know what I'm saying, kind of like cold shoulder them or in those moments or what? What did that look like?
Yeah. Um, I think for me, I think it was kind of like my attitude. I didn't have a bad attitude at all, but as far as like, no, I wouldn't say attitude. Attitude is not the word. My energy. I'm a naturally high energy kid. Like
Got
that's how I am. That's how I express myself. That's how I talk. So the days where I had low energy, people already know that ain't me. But I had it was one incident where my position coach, she realized she was like, something's off, and I didn't want to talk about it at all. And then somehow, some way, I was in the locker room by myself, and she walked in. I ain't had no choice but to talk about it. So I
mm-hmm.
mean, she stayed there until I talked. It wasn't necessarily trying to force, but I think it was we have a connection, so she understood that like this ain't low. So let me try to figure out what's going on if I can help her. So
Gotcha.
Somebody said, what are the main questions? Yeah. Can you ask how they handle the freedom of college, keeping their grades up while traveling? I'm assuming that's what that went into. Can you ask how they handle the freedom of college, keeping maybe their grades up while traveling?
Well, I know like if my grades are not up, I'm going back home. I don't want to go back home.
Mm,
So, and then with the freedom, I mean, I'm a nursing major, so I really don't have too much freedom and like I just want to put my I'm not really one of those people that like to go out anyway. I mean, I'll have like if my teammates have some at their house or something like just some chill like after a win, and I'll go do that. But like normally I just stay in my room, watch TV. Yeah, just chill. So it's just really easy.
gotcha. London.
for me, my major is business. So as of right now, it's not too busy because I'm not too much into my major. But I think once the season started and we started traveling, especially like SEC play, we had a lot of away games.
Mm,
So I just kind of got in the mindset of I chose to get my work done before I left Because, like, even if the work was due Friday, I know we got an away game Tuesday and whatever Sunday it was, I'm going to go ahead and get it done beforehand. So I just got in that routine. You kind of just have to mentally get in your own routine, because if it don't get done, then it just ain't going to get done.
Right.
So,
Got you. You was about to say something?
I was just going to another question in this chat.
Well, it's one question. I think we missed it on the last one. It
Yeah,
says, "What are the main
that's
questions
what I was
that?"
about to ask.
Oh, go ahead.
What are the main questions that kids should be asking coaches during the recruitment process? So, with y'all going through the recruitment process, and kind of knowing what your parents asked, or what you even asked versus you being there now, what are some questions you feel like parents and athletes should be asking?
I think they should ask like, whenever things get hard, are you still gonna trust and believe that my kid is gonna be able to figure it out? Like you can come in, like what I learned is like you can come in being a man, but like I'm a freshman, so I'm gonna make mistakes and
Mm-hmm.
certain things like that. So you can come in being a man, but once you do something that the coach doesn't want you to do, or something you just something you just can't figure out as quick as everybody else, are you still gonna work with me and try to help me understand those things, or are you
yeah,
just gonna let me figure it out by myself?
That's a good one.
Mm,
yeah, that's a good one. I never even thought about it like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I would say what you should be asking, depending on your position, kind of asking like, how many kids are in front of me
Mm-hmm.
that are in my position, because that's something, I thought about that I should have asked. And two, how long are you going to stay there as a coach? Because I just think
Yep.
that's the new thing now. I mean, you don't know if your coach is staying or not. I don't really think people understand that until you're in that situation, which I'm in that situation currently.
mm-hmm.
So you do want to know like how long you're gonna stay for and stuff like that. And I think too, I know in my recruiting process, I had close connections with a lot of assistants, but at the end of the day, the assistants don't have the last say.
Mm-hmm.
So you really need to know how long the head coach is gonna stay there for.
Yep.
Right. Um, I want to dive into it, but like, I mean, I know you don't know, but like, how did you feel like when your coach kind of got fired? Like, I mean, I don't want to say that's nothing she can't really control or whatever the case may be, but like, how did you feel like as a player? And then you kind of mentioned like that's one question that you kind of want to ask about like your position. So can you kind of talk about like that process, and then why do you feel like you should have asked that question as far as like your position?
Yeah. So as far as the coaching, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little minute to process it. Um, Because when she told us, I mean, we had a good practice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she telling us after that was like, dang, like practice was good. It almost was too good. You know what I'm saying? So then she tell us that news. At the moment, it didn't really like sink in for me. But as the days went on and going into the tournament and the season was over, it's like, dang, like they not here no more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like, and I'm gonna just be honest, you kind of just go into a space like, okay, what's best for me? Like, what do I
Yeah.
need? That's just keeping it real. So I kind of just think that's where I'm at right now, and just seeing what's best. And I mean, just praying for them too, because nobody wants anybody to lose their job.
Right,
Like
for sure.
that's a hard thing. You don't really know what's next for you. And as far as that question that I should have asked, I asked that because just like the transfer portal is so big now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, me being a point guard committed, it was only, I think, one other point guard there. But then, mind you, I committed a year before I actually came to
Mm-hmm.
campus, my junior year, which most people commit, right? So the year after that, they go into the portal after the season. And you
Mm-hmm.
don't know who they're gonna get, but if they get kids, then it is what it is. So, they end up going into the portal, which I understand. They want, more experienced players, older players, stuff like that. And then during the season, I was kind of sitting behind three other PGs, which I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what was your mindset like when you know that? I mean, not necessarily knowing that you can't really decommit. Like, what was your mindset kind of going into the summertime, going into the season? Like, this gonna be a test. Like, this gonna be a battle.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just like, look, um, in off season, like when I was at home, because I had about a month until I reported to campus,
Gotcha.
I was consistently working out 4 to 5 days a week. I was in the gym. So I'm not gonna say I was fully prepared, but I feel like I did do a lot to be prepared and stuff like that. But I was just confident in my abilities and what I knew I could do. And, during the summer, it's more like kind of small workouts, and you kind of getting runs in, and I'm feeling good, playing pickup and all that good stuff. It's just like you said, you don't have really much control of it, so nothing really gets determined until preseason starts. That's when coaches really start making decisions. So, I mean, I feel like I had a good summer, but at the end of the day, it was their decision at the preseason who they wanted to be PG and all that type of stuff. So it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, because you don't expect to just go into college. Oh, I'm gonna sit. Nobody thinks like that. You're confident in yourself, right? I mean, you're confident where you commit because you feel like you can hang with those people or the conference, right? That's the point of you committing. So, I mean, it was tough, but I feel like the more you continue to work on your game, that's where your confidence comes from. So nobody can take that away from you.
Gotcha.
How are y'all able to overcome adversity? London, as you're talking about, when you committed, or by the time you got to school, there were 3 other point guards that you was basically having to compete with.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was a lot that you had to go through. And then Sean went from starting, and then you wasn't starting, which was something that you had to go through. So like, how was y'all able to overcome adversity?
From the starting to not starting, it was definitely like I've never experienced that before. But as I
Boy.
like as the season, what'd you say?
No, I was like, boy, I ain't never not seen you start.
That's what I'm saying. So when that happened, as the season started going on, it wasn't too bad. It was just like, okay, I looked at it as now I'm able to like see what to do when I go in the game and stuff like that. See how this person do this, what this person do, what not to do, what to do. And then like I went through a lot of adversity in high school, like when my first 2 years not being able to play, being ineligible because of UIL and stuff like that. So it was it was hard because again I'm far away from home. I really don't have no one to talk to. I can talk to my parents on the phone, but it's not like I can get up, get in the car and drive home. So definitely that. And then what was the other question?
That was it.
Oh yeah.
Or just really how you was able to overcome it, basically.
Just talking to my
Yeah.
parents, honestly, and then my position coach, like she was definitely my, like, outside of like family, my biggest support system there, because she didn't been through the same things I've been through. Like she played for that same coach I play with, so she understood everything that I went through. She understood. She let me know not to take some things personal, and
Yep. That's good.
So this is the last question, and we can go to the
London
next part.
didn't get to answer.
Oh, she didn't? Oh, my bad. My
Oh,
fault.
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, answer. Actually, what you're saying about not taking it personal, I think the faster that I didn't take things personal, I think I was more mentally okay with that. But I mean, like I said, nobody expects to just like not play. But I kind of put myself in a mindset that, I look at it as your situation is not as bad as it looks. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm in the SEC. I'm watching some of the best players in the country play. So if you're really a student of the game and you really want to get better, you're going to watch and you're going to see, what do these people do good? How can I add this to my bag or stuff like that? So I just kind of got in this space where it's like, okay, I need to gain something from this, even if I'm not playing. Like, how am I going to get better in the gym and stuff like that? So I think just not taking it personal, because at the end of the day, coaches, they got to make decisions. I mean, most likely, like I said, now in this day, if somebody older than you, they're probably going to play over you. It's just how it works. So the faster you accept that, but you see how you can, get better as your game. And honestly, me sitting my freshman year made me.
Are you struggling with exposure? I'm Coming University is a place to be. Link is in the description to my IG. 15,000 followers. 15,000 followers. And guess what? 450 plus coaches are within those 15,000 followers. You get access monthly, daily, weekly of your stats. Your videos are getting placed. Check it out. Book a call in the description. Go to the description, book a call, and talk to me. Just talk to me, okay? Okay. All right.
Realized that I wanted to be a coach, like after I'm done playing, and how much I see the game differently now. So I mean, it was a blessing in disguise. But I'm ready for next season, me.
Yeah.
So
I love it. I love it.
All right.
yeah.
Last question. How important is it? Because y'all both kind of mentioned it. Y'all far away from home. How important is it if you do decide to leave home and go far away? How important is it to kind of latch on to assistant, a position coach, or like how important is it that
Um,
it was for y'all to
I think it
kind of
was
latch on to them?
definitely it was definitely important for me because as as an assistant coach, you have like a portion of players that you tend to, but a head coach like you have to tend to 13 other players, so it's kind of hard for them to um focus on me and what I got going on and focus on the next player and the next player and the next player. So it's definitely important. Like I said, mine's played college basketball, so she understood everything I was going through. Like, and also we had that deep relationship where, like, you know how my dad is. He's gonna keep it real 100%. So and she had conversations with my dad. They were really close, so she was able to be authentic with me as well as he was. So it was good all around. So it's definitely important to have that relationship with your position coach.
Gotcha. Honey?
Oh yeah. Um, like she was saying before, me personally, I talk to my parents every day. It didn't been not one day that I'm not on the phone with them. So I talk to them every day, but it is different not they're not physically being there. So the importance of having, your position coach. I mean, my position coach, she played in the SEC at Georgia, point guard, shooting guard, whatever you want to call it. But our positions were very similar, so she understood a lot. And also too, she had conversations with my parents, and just before I even committed, like she was very intentional about getting to know my family and stuff like that. So my family is an extension of me, so that helped her understand me better. So that definitely helped. And just the days where I might have I wasn't feeling it or feeling like I couldn't give it my best, I got to a point in our relationship where I could tell her that. Or like some days where we would have individual workouts. Like there was one workout, like just mentally I was just having a rough day, one of those days missing my family, school was getting rough or whatever. And I just kind of told her, like, look, I don't want to work out today, but I do want to have a conversation with you. So she understood that. And we sat down, almost was late to practice because we were such in deep talk. But, I would prefer that than to just be going through the motions in a workout. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm. All right.
Last
Oh,
question.
go ahead.
If y'all can give any advice to parent and or athlete, what would it be?
Mm, I would say like, hmm, come in there as humble as possible, cause you would, and like you would rather come in there already humble and instead of having a coach humble you,
Mm-hmm.
especially like in front of the other players and like for me, like granted I didn't come in there cocky or whatever, but I mean I came in there confident, and so to have that starting position snatched away from me, it was like dang. Like that's crazy. Like I came in thinking I was the man. I mean, granted, I did what I had to do, but
Yeah.
just don't come in there. Don't I mean just because the coach tell you you're gonna be the man, don't mean you're gonna be the man. You still gotta work. You still gotta
Facts.
do what they tell you that do what they tell you to do. So I say yeah that.
That's
I love
a
it.
that's a good point. Just because the coach tell you you're gonna be the man, don't mean you gonna be the man.
Mm-mm.
That's a bar.
I say, for me, first, let me speak about the parents. Parents, just know your place. I just feel like I'm not saying that, when we go to college, we're completely adults, right? But at that point, once you get to college, there are some things that you do have to handle yourself, as a young adult. So as parents, just kind of know your place and don't really step in until you're needed to, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Advice to other players, man, you just maintain your confidence. But like she said, don't get too like egotistical or nothing like that. But because you don't really know how it's gonna go. Like you said, a coach could say you're gonna be the man, and then you're not. Okay, so what do you do from there? You pat about it, or you gonna get in the gym, or you gonna keep working.
Uh,
So a confident player gonna keep working on that game. They're not gonna allow nobody to make them think that they're less than or anything like that. Because your time will come.
Mhm.
So
gotcha.
I love it. I love it.
Love,
I love the
love,
maturity.
love the honesty. Honesty is everything, man. Nah, that's for sure. That's love, man. Yeah, two different situations. Y'all both had to face your own adversity and bounce back. But yeah, this is dope. Appreciate y'all for hopping on for sure.
oh
Thank
yeah,
y'all.
appreciate
All right,
All
y'all.
see
right.
ya.
See
All
ya.
right, now. All right, next we got Chloe. Let me see if somebody else. we got Chloe, then we got Janaya, then we got yo.
Yo,
What up?
hey,
uh
You looking real vibrant over there.
Fat. That's why I was like, yo, got a little extra glowing over there. Nah, nah. How everything been
it's
going?
been going good. It's been going real good. Um, we just waiting to see if we're gonna play postseason or not. So, yeah,
praying,
praying,
praying that y'all
praying.
Select
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
selection Sunday.
yeah.
I am
Nah.
praying. We're gonna get to it. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Grade, I guess, and what school you at?
I'm Chloe, man. I'm at the University of Cincinnati, and I'm a freshman.
All right. I want to probably go ahead because it was two questions up here. I try to
Okay.
always get to these questions. AP said, was there a moment in the game that made you realize you really belong?
Um, I feel like really my first game, like at all, like our first official game.
Hmm.
Um, being a freshman, usually you don't get as many minutes. You
Yeah.
playing like more of a backseat role, and I ain't playing like a backseat role, but I feel like I'm good in my role, and I'm grateful that I have the role that I do have because even in the beginning of the first game, like I came off the bench first, so like
Yeah.
being
Mm-hmm.
a freshman and having that opportunity, I feel like coaches believe in me, team believe in me, like this is where I belong for real.
Yep. I love that. I'm gonna get this other one. Then you can go ahead. It
Mm-hmm.
say, was the demand in college more than expected, both academically and basketball?
For sure. uh, First, I don't even remember. I want to say like first week I got up here, we had workouts. Like came, moved in, went to sleep 2 days, working out every day. Um, it definitely takes up more time. I feel like school for me ain't that bad yet because I haven't like settled into picking a major yet. So I'm
Yeah.
taking off basic classes right now. But next semester I feel like it's gonna pick up for sure. But I feel like long as you do the work, you ain't got nothing to worry about for real. My professors are understanding. If I got a problem, just email them. They get back to me. So I feel like long as you apply yourself, it's really not that bad.
Yeah. I love it.
Got you. So first two was kind of close. Next two was kind of they was far away. You kind of moved far away. What was your biggest adjustment? Kind of moving away from home.
Um, Biggest adjustment, I don't know. It wasn't that bad because like with my family, we like always on the move. So I'm always at the house by myself with my brothers.
Mm,
Like, so it's like I feel like the biggest adjustment really was just being able to keeping my schedule organized because of workouts, class, um, just things like that.
AP said the cold, and I'm with you. Woof.
Oh no, I'm with it for sure. Soon as it started snowing, I did not want to come out the house. I swear, as soon as we had our first little snowstorm, like somebody had to come pick us up because of the house, how bad the roads was. Like it was bad.
Ooh, I don't know if I could do the cold. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I can do the cold.
Mm.
Hey, not especially not during season. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Cause I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to go nowhere. Don't
Yeah,
call
not
me.
during
Said
season.
I picked my head out the door, ain't going nowhere but practice. Yeah, nah.
Chloe, why did you choose Cincinnati?
Because of the coaches, staff mainly. I've been knowing them for a long time. The family know them. So I've had a lot of trust in them, and I've been able to talk to them about everything, like literally everything. Like y'all know, my coach, Coach A, he
Mm-hmm.
passed.
Yeah,
First people to hit me up, make sure I'm okay. Um, so just a good relationship. Like they got a good relationship with my brothers, like all that.
that's good.
Got you. Um, what was what was a moment and you just kind of like because you was coming off the bench and then like you got to start like a few games. What was like the different? Did you feel like a confidence boost like when you actually like got to start versus coming off the bench, or kind of your confidence kind of just stayed the same?
Yeah, I definitely had a confidence boost for sure. I mean, I know they already believed in me and in my abilities, but I feel like being able to put me on the floor to start the game, like that's a different type of job that you gotta have.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe, how I would say like how prepared were you? So we talk a lot. You see most freshmen, they don't play a lot. You know, they're not gonna get a lot of minutes. They don't necessarily have a big role.
Mm-hmm.
But you came, like I said, starting like and was killing, right? Like put up numbers against Baylor, put up numbers against TCU, which is tough to do. Like how were you prepared to be able to do that?
I really feel like it was just Duncanville, to be honest. Like
Yeah,
you already playing those girls for real. Like, and
that's a fact.
like my junior, sophomore year. I mean, not sophomore year. My junior and senior year. Junior year we played Juju.
Yeah,
Senior year we played Kennedy Smith. Like
yeah,
played Lehigh. Like
yep,
number one team in the country. Like I feel like that really just prepared me because at the end of the day, we all human. We all put pants on the same way. We all put our
yeah.
clothes on the same way. But I always been like that. Like I don't duck nothing. I don't fear nobody. Like we all the same in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Go ahead.
I was just saying, how important was it to kind of have like an athletic background from mama to daddy, like that done played at certain levels?
I feel like it was important for me because I feel like it motivated me even more just because coming out knowing that I want to do this, I want to do that, and knowing that my parents have already done things like that, like it just made me feel like I got to do it next, like,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that just gave me a boost in confidence too, like I made for this, like, so yeah.
What questions do you feel like parents and or players should be asking coaches throughout their recruiting process?
Um, ask them if they got a plan for your kid for sure. And players ask if they got a plan for you too. Like, I feel like if you ask a coach that and it's coming from you and not somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be honest with you. Like, and they'll know that like this is really what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you
Uh, did you ever have a moment where you was like, man, I'm coming back to the house?
Nah, I don't think I had
that
like one of them
sound
moments,
like
but
a little bit of a
I
yeah.
because like I don't know, it might have been like maybe uh maybe like during summer workouts, like
Them summer
specifically
workouts ain't no joke.
in the weight room. In the weight room, like
Yeah,
I
weight
don't got no
room,
problem with
boy.
running. Running ain't never gonna be an issue for me, but that lifting them weights, yeah, it gave me a little trouble.
I feel like that's the hardest. Like just listening to everybody that has been on here, I feel like that has been the hardest adjustment. The weight room, like even like Duncanville, y'all lift weights
Yeah, we
during the
lifted
season. Yeah.
It's,
like, but
it's just different.
yeah, that's
It's
a different
different.
beast for sure.
So what do you feel like was so much different than your high school or when you lifted weights on your own? What is so different about it?
Everything is more detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you go deeper into the season, I don't know how they do it at other places, but I know our strength coach here, everybody's like everybody's programs are different.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
I have a different program from Reagan. Me and Reagan, same height, about the same weight, but we do different things because I have tendonitis in my knees. So I do a lot of isometrics, a lot of stuff focused on my knees.
mm,
So everything is different, just depending on who you are, what you do, where your problems are at.
Yeah.
gotcha. So you feel like do you feel like there's a way to fully prepare for college?
Nah,
No.
I really don't. But you could do everything you can. You could work out more, run more, get extra studying random stuff like things you want to go into. But I feel like there's nothing like you could really like pinpoint exactly what you're about to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Now, for y'all that's listening and watching, that don't mean once you commit, you don't do
Yeah,
nothing because
don't do
you feel like
that.
you ain't gonna be
Don't
prepared.
do that. Don't do
You
that.
still need to be working. You still need to be doing something. But it's just like I swear, I feel like and I think just for me, like in my own personal experience, it's literally like a different level. Like I went to Duncanville and I went JUCO first, and I thought that was gonna be easy, and it was totally different. And then going JUCO, like I had some college experience. Then going to Texas, like it's almost like you do the same drills, but they are so much harder. Like
Man,
3-man weave at
man,
Texas was
we did
like,
five. We the first time we did 5-man weave, three on two, and then 2-on-1 back. 5 minutes straight, no
and
break.
it's like you've been
Man,
doing it though, but it's like
it's
it's different.
different, different for sure.
That is a fact. That's funny.
Does it feel like because it's bigger facilities, it just look bigger?
I think it's
I don't know. Duncanville pretty big though.
yeah.
Like our gym is like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember where we went. We had one of our away games, and I'm looking at the gym like, this a college gym? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's still bigger than this.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it feel different for sure. I ain't gonna lie.
Got you. So you went to Cincinnati, right? But Reagan was there. Like, do you feel like that kind of helped bridge that the homesick feeling? Just because you know you had somebody, because y'all both from the Fort Worth area, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's just kind of like, do you feel like that kind of
it, def-
helped you?
it definitely helped a little bit. Just because, and then it's crazy. Um, After my senior year, Reagan's mom got the job of the high school that my mom's middle school feeds into. So it's full circle moment for real. So like then it really made me feel like, all right, I got somebody that I could stick with, hang around. Like I got somebody that knows me a little bit. So it made it a whole lot easier for sure.
Makes sense. Okay. So wait, you said the next call is at 8:20. It's not every
Oh,
2 minutes?
two people that was at 8 end up canceling because film. But if they happen to get on, then they'll get on. But
Hold
we'll
up.
just that was Talia was at 8, and then Crystal was at
Oh,
8.
okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say
But
wait.
I could just bump them up if they can get on though.
And who's after that?
That was them. Them was Janaya and Janaya and Madison.
Are they on here? Let me see.
I don't think so.
Because they can get bumped
Yeah.
up if they on here. Man, what? Why why you get rid of freshman of the year? JUCO? I don't know what Sean is
Yeah.
asking.
Retype that message.
Hold
Um, being in the Big 12, what would you say? Just playing college basketball. I don't even want to say Big 12, but playing college basketball. What would you say was the biggest adjustment from college to high school? Like you said at Duncanville, y'all played high level competition. Y'all traveled. Y'all did all these different things. But what was the biggest adjustments between the two?
on. Uh, Wait. I mean, really, that's really it. Like, I came in here thinking that people's gonna be faster than me. Ain't happen. It
Really?
ain't happen. But as far as being able to like just run past people, nah. You
Yeah.
definitely getting bumped. You getting it's way more aggressive. That's what I say. It's way more aggressive.
On you. Did you already text him?
I just when they get off, I just kind of send the thing. Let me see. I'll message them real quick.
Yeah, Chloe, y'all have to make it. I am praying for postseason.
And you and me both stressed.
Where y'all watching Selection Sunday
Here. We watching it here. Yeah.
at? Like, I mean, like y'all can watch it
Oh
together
yeah,
though,
in the
right?
locker
Like as a team.
room. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got you in the locker room. Okay. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited for Selection Sunday. What advice would you give? I'm gonna go to. Well, I feel like did I already ask you that question? I already asked you about advice to
Mm-mm.
parents and players.
Nah.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
what advice would you give to parents and players? So one for parent, one for player, as they navigate this journey.
Um, for the players, don't say you want to do this and then see what it takes, and then not want to do what it takes in order to like get what you want. I feel
Mm.
like
Are
a lot of people gonna ask for a lot of things, say they want a lot of things, and when they see what it takes to get there, then now they don't want it no more. So I feel like that's big. And then for parents, just support them every step of the way, um, and be understanding. Because I know sometimes in a lot of cases, like it gets stressful. Because trust, it gets stressful for y'all and us.
Yeah.
So just be supportive. Like your kids come to you about everything. So I mean, just be there for them.
I love it. You got anything, Ed?
Hold on. It says, were you able to pick your major, or was it customized towards your team's needs?
It's a good question.
Damn, that's a good
Now
question.
I was well. I would have been able to pick one. I didn't pick one yet. I wanted to just like take my basic classes before I figured out what I really wanted to do. But next year I will be going into sports admin.
Mm,
So yeah.
okay.
That's a good question because I do feel like a lot of times coaches will tell you that you can pick your major, then when you get there, it's like, oh, you can't do that,
Yeah,
or
I've heard that. I've heard that like it they take what high school classes you took and then like put you in a certain major and just stick
yeah,
you in there.
yep, yep.
Mm,
And then
Yeah.
sometimes depending on the major, because classes and practice can't conflict, and
Yeah.
so yeah, that was a good question. Well, you got anything else, Ed?
no, that's it, man. We get ready for the next two.
Definitely appreciate you for hopping on, taking some time. Good luck Sunday.
Thank you.
Um, Praying that y'all get in.
Thank you. Appreciate
All right.
y'all.
All right, let's get Madison in and Janaya in, or Jay Murphy. All right, I just invited them.
Okay, okay.
I look.
Oh my God, here you go. You got practice.
We had a game today.
Oh y'all. Oh you did. Y'all play early though. Y'all play like
Yeah.
2.
No, we played at 3:30.
Oh, 3:30.
Who's y'all playing?
Oh, so y'all
Uh, Panola.
y'all get a dub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Big KC. Stop playing with them.
So who's tomorrow?
Trinity Valley.
Ooh, that's gonna be a
Yeah.
movie.
Because y'all split in conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Wait.
Okay. Hey, hey. All right, I'm gonna have to step out anyway.
I'm waiting.
Hey.
Let me see if I can get
She said no. I said okay. Oh, you leaving already? Well, I'm on this lock thing.
in. I'm on this live thing. All right.
We should go. I should have stayed in the lobby, huh? What? Yeah, we can go back to there. I don't feel like walking back and forth.
What
All
time
right.
y'all play tomorrow?
We play at three. I think 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Uh.
Is Janaya hopping on?
Well. Yeah. Janaya hopping on. Murph.
Okay, we can go ahead and get started. Introduce yourself. School you
Hello,
at.
my name. Oh,
Okay. Go ahead.
my name is Madison Bob. I'm a freshman at Kilgore College, junior college.
You got some energy over there.
Got it. Go ahead. You can go ahead and start, Ash.
What made you choose
You have to
Kilgore?
go to work. Why
Hold on.
did I?
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why did you choose
So,
Kilgore?
so basically, it was a little situation because I
Yeah.
was at Southern Houston at first,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and then some things happened, so I had to come to Kilgore.
Got you. Um. So you don't have to necessarily like get into details, but like, what do you feel like that was on your part, like the reason why you kind of left Sam Houston?
Um, so the reason,
Not like, do you feel like, yeah, I guess the reason. If you want to, we can pass to the next question.
Yeah, pass. Let's go.
All right, bet. All right, bet.
What has been the biggest adjustment from Sam Houston to Kilgore?
Um, the biggest adjustment. Well, I'm not. Well, okay, I do know. So basically, one is like a university, and then the other one is kind of
Yeah,
smaller. So it's really like the area. They both like in the country area, but
yeah.
Kilgore is more like a little bit of nothing. Yeah.
Not a little bit of nothing. What?
Oh snap! Put it back. Oh, I need it.
That is
She said a little
funny,
bit.
boy.
Not a little bit of nothing. What has been the biggest change in your game?
Um. All right. So I have been shooting a lot of threes
Mm-hmm.
lately, and
Hmm.
I was trying to expand it a little bit. My jump shot, but people was like, nah, because my percentages is not where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to keep doing what I've been doing, and that's just layups, all that.
Murph said it's not connecting.
All right, we gonna get off and get back on so they can get on,
Uh,
or you want to finish her and then get Murph on.
Do me, and then her.
All right,
Go ahead, Ed.
all right. What was the biggest? So you kind of was like looked over, I guess, in high school. You still end up getting on to Sam Houston, but like, what has been a difference between high school, Sam Houston, and then kind of Kilgore College? Like, just the
What can you
biggest
say
adjustment, just like the
between?
biggest adjustment between each three. Like being going from high school, then going to Sam Houston, and then coming to Kilgore College.
Okay, so they like the coaches, they expect the same thing like from Sam Houston and here.
Mm-hmm.
Like they still like the same stuff they got on me at Sam Houston, they did the same thing over here.
Gotcha.
Like I don't really have a good sense of urgency
Mm-hmm.
probably. So like that's one thing that they be getting on me about
Mm-hmm.
is my sense of urgency and the pace
Gotcha.
of the game too.
How have you been able to
And
work? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
and, and like I guess like more organized with like
Mm-hmm.
more like I don't know how to explain it.
How have you been able to work on those things?
Um in practice, I don't really know. I don't know. Like they'll tell me
Yeah.
like if I need to pick it up or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Hmm.
Is that? Do you feel like that's something like you kind of picked up in high school, kind of like because you was kind of like the best player, like you just kind of got away with those things, so it was a habit, or
Yeah,
that's just you just
it
been.
was. Me personally, I thought it was just okay. Coach Williams. Okay, I think at first, well, I still do think it's me as a person,
Mm-hmm.
like not really like as like a, I just be like,
Yeah.
but every coach that I've played for, they tell me I need to get out of that. So
Right. Okay. Answer, you froze? Hold on.
I'm not froze. I'm coming back. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Um, Go ahead, Ed.
Uh, let me think. Let me think. So
Why?
classes, like classes in JUCO. Are they
easy,
different? Oh, well,
easy, easy.
they're easy compared to Sam Houston?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I was in summer classes. That was easy too.
Got you.
But I was only in like the fall class, I think,
Got
for
you.
like a week. Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't really experience that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So what
Matt,
has? Go ahead.
what advice would you give to parents or players? What advice would you give to players looking to go to the next level?
So I would say, let's see, advice. I would say, believe in yourself. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cause yeah,
Do you
So
feel like you believe in yourself?
yes, I believe in myself.
yeah,
Yes, I do.
gotcha. So was there ever a point where you didn't kind of
A
like,
little. Yeah. Oh,
hmm
continue the question.
like? So you said yeah, right? What made you or helped you overcome come that like get your confidence back?
Getting in the gym,
When
and
did you
and
not
it's
believe in
just
yourself first? When was that? When did you not believe in
when my
yourself?
percentages be looking crazy. Yeah, but cause I ain't gonna lie, cause like sometimes, well, I am very inconsistent. So
Hmm
so that's why I feel like you just gotta. I believe in myself. You know, some days I be,
hmm
and sometimes I be overthinking too much, and I think that's what be messing me up too.
Got you.
Like sometimes I be like, I don't know if I should believe in myself that much, because sometimes, because my percentages be crazy, but I be like, I know I can do it though.
Right,
Okay.
right, right. Okay. Got you. Um, what was the adjustment? Like you kind of stayed close. How far is Sam Houston from like your actual home, like high school, or like your home from like?
Uh, how far it was?
How far is Sam Houston from your high school or your home?
Like
Your
an
home.
hour and 30
Got you.
minutes.
How far is Kilgore from the house?
3 hours and 30 minutes.
Got you. So you went a little farther. Do you feel like you had time, or you was away? You far enough away to really focus on yourself than you was at Sam Houston. You feel like you was
Yeah, I
too
would
close
go
to
home.
home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got you.
So so when it's time to make your next decision, what is gonna go into making that decision?
Um, I'm gonna say, well, it's definitely gonna be the coach, the staff,
Hmm.
and the players too. Cause like I like to have people to um like the environment to be
Mm-hmm.
good, and not them just to be my teammates too.
Yeah.
Got you.
Um, yeah,
Does distance matter?
no,
You feel like
no,
So
this?
you'll be fine being close to home again?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm older now, so I know I can't
Got you.
do what I did.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Got you. Got you.
Well,
Okay.
okay.
You was
I was talking about I'm
about to say,
older. That
uh,
was a
You
few
know,
months ago.
mature. How about that? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
mature.
yeah,
okay. Uh, I want to. What? So you said like you want your teammates to kind of be like family members, basically, right?
yeah,
Um. So are you big like with your family? Like you real close with your family, like your dad, your mom, brother, and stuff.
yeah,
Got you. Um. Do you feel like I keep going back because like you went to two colleges, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
So it's just like the experience. Do you feel like that kind of went into your decision, like with Sam Houston? Like, do you feel like the team really wasn't like the family? Like it was just like we just there like to play basketball.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I want to talk to
Um,
Juco a little.
go ahead.
I want to talk to Juco a little bit because that's where you're currently at. Um, what are some things? What are some things you would say? Like, I feel like a lot of people still like don't take JUCO into consideration. And it's some
Mhm.
hoopers at JUCO, it's some talent there, and it's a lot of coaches that look at JUCO players. Like, can
Mhm.
you just kind of talk about your experience being at Kilgore?
Okay. Okay. So when I first got here, okay, I didn't really think, like you
Yeah,
like you said, like the exposure for real.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
like literally that probably like 2 weeks later we had this big old jamboree. It was nothing but college coaches. I was like, oh snap, this AU all over again. So
Facts, facts.
so I was like, okay. So it's basically like, yeah, it's a lot of exposure and another like opportunity basically. And then like they looking more into the JUCO area because they want like older or experienced college players.
Absolutely, absolutely. Did you go into Kilgore like thinking like, oh, I'm coming from D1, like I'm finna kill this, and like was that different when you actually got there?
Um, yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
thought it was gonna be probably a little bit easier,
Yeah.
Okay.
but they got other people like me too. So
Facts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's funny.
Okay. Okay.
You got,
Uh, you got something?
mm,
Okay. What I'm gonna steal your question. Then we're gonna kinda end it. What is some advice you would give to parents, a parent or athlete kind of going into that recruitment process of picking a school?
picking a school, okay, yes, you have to make sure. Well, it is just a business thing nowadays. So
hmm
let's see. I'm just gonna say recruiting. Hold on. Well, like in picking a school or what?
Just
Yeah.
like some questions there, like some questions that you would be asking coaches like before you actually pick a school.
Ooh, okay. So you gotta ask them like what kind of like like the offense they run. Like, are they a transition type of team or like half court type of team?
Yeah. Style
Hmm.
of
Yeah,
play.
yeah, style of play like that. Cause yeah, um,
Okay.
that's my biggest thing is that.
Okay.
Cause
Okay.
like if you want to do something, then it's just like it won't fit how you play. So then like
Hmm.
you probably gonna be on the bench.
Right.
Got you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, definitely
What?
appreciate.
I was
Go.
about to ask the parent question.
Okay,
What is like,
parents.
what kind of advice would you give to parents like going into the recruitment process?
To the parents,
Hmm.
I would say mm, just chill. I guess I don't know. I
Okay.
don't really know.
Okay. All right. All right. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate you hopping on. And Ashley, you got something?
Mm-mm. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank thank you.
No problem.
All right, now bring that thing back to East Texas. You feel me? All right, now. All right. I'm gonna get off and we can get back on and get Murph on.
All right.
All right.
Yo, what's up, man? Listen, we got a new sock on the market. One of the best socks. No, I'm not talking about Nike. No, I'm not talking about Walmart. And I'm definitely not talking about Jordan. I'm talking about ASG. They got some of the best socks on the market. Some of the best socks on the market. Listen, man, the ASG, matter of fact, just let me open this more for you. The ASG Strike sock. The most comfortable sock known to man. I got a promo code right now. I'm coming. Buy one, get one free, plus free shipping. The socks are like $24, so you basically paying for two pair of $12 a sock, and you get free shipping. Link is in my description. Go get them now. ASG, the wave. Get them.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, IG be tripping sometimes.
Yeah, I kept sending them requests. It kept telling me it was failing. I done
Mm,
went to like 5 different
oh, for
places. I thought it was my
real?
lifeline. Yeah.
All right. Wait, no, ask real quick. How everything been going though?
Busy. A little
Busy.
overwhelming, but it's
Yeah.
cool though.
Okay. Damn. Oh, there it go. I'm about to say. I just accepted it. Dang. Did I not hit it? Is it not accepting? Oh my gosh.
Probably doing the same thing.
Let me find that IG tripping. What it saying, Ashley? Nothing. Let me see. I, I just sent it. Let's see. Good. All right. You can see everybody?
Wow.
So,
All right. All right. All right.
Last
Last
one.
one
Last
of
one.
the night.
Best one, huh?
that's what they say, huh?
Yo.
That's what they say, huh?
Nah, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we can go ahead and get into it.
My name is Janaya Murphy. I went to Texas A&M International, but I'm currently in the transfer program.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You know,
What made you hop in that portal?
I was just about to say, we gonna get straight to it.
Um, yeah.
Is that a wait, before you answer that, is that a question you want to answer?
Um, I mean, I don't have no problem with it. I did it for myself. For my mental. I think it was bigger than basketball for my decision. So
Yeah,
I think the basketball standpoint kind of came after just my mental and
got you.
like how it was viewed, like how my family kind of like seen like a little drop in who I was as a person. So yeah,
Got you. Makes sense. Within your next school, what are you looking for? Like, what's gonna help with your decision?
a leader. I'm looking for a coach that's a leader within her coaching staff
Mm-hmm.
that don't look to her assistant coaches. Yeah, a
Okay.
leader. Secondly, just uh, a standard teammates that can withhold the standard and be on a consistent page every time, every day, and we working towards the same goal.
Yeah, I like it.
Gotcha. You talked a lot about mental. Of course, you love the game of basketball, but when something kind of gets in the way of your mental, you really can't think straight. You can't really view yourself. Talk about like what that kind of felt like. When you felt like you was losing your mental in a sense.
Um, it's kind of like a blockage from the game. You kind of can't enjoy like what you love to do. It's kind of like you feel like everything you doing is kind of wrong. Like every decision
Mm-hmm.
you make is wrong. Um, Classroom, it kind of start to affect you in the classroom. Um, and more so just you as a person, like what you believe in, your morals as a person. So yeah, I think the whole basketball thing it kind of come after that because you can't really show up on the court if you're not 100% yourself,
Mm-hmm.
um, mentally.
Gotcha.
A lot of us talk about D1 and JUCO. Now, a lot of people talk about D2s. Can you talk about just your experience playing at the D2 level in general?
Um, it's different. Well, I won't say it's different because I don't know what it feel like to go JUCO or play D1, but
Hmm.
it's definitely some people that can hoop
Got you.
at the D2 level. I didn't think it was gonna be easy, nor did I think it was gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm.
You run into some scrubs, you run into
Yeah.
some people that can go. So I think it's kind of just like in the middle. I think people at D2 kind of wanted more a little bit, but
Mm,
other than that, I don't think it's that much of a difference. In D1 and D2.
got you.
I mean,
Why did
yeah,
you choose? Was you about to say something? Go ahead.
I
Okay.
won't say no.
What What made you choose going D2? Because I think you originally committed to a JUCO, correct?
Yeah, I was going to kill.
Got you.
Um, Resume. Um, my former coach was an assistant coach at Ole Miss,
Hmm.
so I'm going based off of resume. I'm thinking, certain connections, and I'm thinking business wise. I wasn't thinking self. I kind of just thought straight business instead of okay, what? How can I help myself? Like, how can I be better? What's the best spot for me? Mentally, physically, and just as a basketball player, I kind of just jumped straight into like, okay, she did this. I never thought about okay, what about me? What can I do?
Yeah.
Like, what do I need to do? So that's kind of
Oh, you saying you went there because of a coach that
yeah.
she coached there?
She was a assistant coach at Ole Miss.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Mm.
So when you say self, what do you mean by self instead of like business? Because everybody say, "Oh, this is a business, is a business, is a business." But I think two people do get lost in like that. What's really best for me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Um, when I say self, I think as of like development on the court and off the court. Like, how can you be a better you on the court and off the court? And you have to be in a good environment to be the best you, whether the coach don't have connections at all and whether the coach have a million connections. It's kind of at the end of the day, like the ball gonna stop bouncing. So it's like you got to set yourself up for the best situation when it end. So I just think like when you say self, you're thinking about your morals, like school, just anything that you cherish. I think that's when you say self. Now, it come down to the business. It's that's transfer portal, the talk to see like okay, I got this, but you didn't have this. Just that game. That's the business, but self is like within you.
That makes sense. What advice would you give to any players looking to play at the next level?
Know what you want. Don't go into a situation because of what it is. Don't go into anything because of its name. Kind of you got to study what you're going into, know what you're going into. Ask yourself if that's what you really want to do. Are you willing to put in the work to continue to be in the same situation you was in when you entered it? And yeah, that's it for real.
That's good.
Got you. How far is Texas International from the house?
Like 5 hours,
Five,
5.5.
5.5. Was that a struggle for you at first?
At first, it wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
struggle, but then when the season started to well down, it was kind of like I'm ready to go home. But other than that, like when you're in a moment, it's kind of hard to like think about home, cause you don't ever want to go home. Like I'm not gonna say you don't ever want to go home, but like when you leave home, the goal is to stay away from home as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it kind of got boring. I mean, I was in Laredo, but other than that, I mean, it was cool. Season was cool until it wasn't cool no more. But it was cool. It was cool. It was definitely cool.
Got got you. Picking a school, what is some things that you wish you would have knew before picking a school? Like even picking that school or just any school.
Um, I don't like actually, like I said before, like actually understand what you're getting yourself into. Like before you sign them papers, understand what it is that the coach want from you, what he or she can get, where they can get you. Because at the end of the day, like you said, it's a business. So you don't want to be somewhere forever. Like you don't want to be at the same school forever, or you don't want to be in the same situation forever. So what can they give you? At the end of the day, it's you're gonna give them some, they're gonna give you some, they're gonna take, you're gonna take. So it's like how can you be the best you in this situation and yeah, understand what you're signing. I wish that's what I would understood what I was signing before I signed.
Got you.
What's been the biggest adjustment you've had to make from high school ball to D2 ball?
Well, I don't even high school. High school is I played some of the hardest games in high school. So I won't like game wise. I won't say it was a huge adjustment like tempo and playing with good people. I
Yeah.
would just say the whole like shot clock thing, like
Mm.
understanding the game, like slowing down, understanding possessions, like understanding the game,
Mm-hmm.
like not just playing the game. Because I know for me. Like I was just playing because I was talented and I could do so, and I could do certain things that other people couldn't do, or I was faster or stronger. But when you get to college, it's a little different because everybody stronger than you. Like I'm a freshman, I'm coming in, everybody's stronger than me, probably a little faster. So it's just understanding and studying like the player in front of you for real. That was like the biggest adjustment for real.
Gotcha. You haven't said a comment. Basically, like not staying at a school for a long period of time or whatever the case may be because it's a business. How do you? I mean, you're in the transfer portal now, but did you have a mindset of like, oh, I'm going here for a year or two, and then you're gonna move around, or do you see like, oh, if I'm doing good here, I'm gonna stay here, type?
Okay, so originally my goal was do 2 years and leave.
Mhm.
Obviously because like I have dreams of going D1. Um but how do I say this? But God said different. So it's kind of like you roll with the punches, you roll with the flow of things. Because at the end of the day, like they 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 looking to replace you. Like it's kind of messed up to say, but like they looking to replace you. Like no coach is looking to have the same team at the end of every year, unless like you just did one national championship or like Don Stanley. Like no coach is looking because at the end of the day, they still trying to keep their job.
Right.
So
Mhm.
you gotta do what you gotta do to either secure your spot or move around and
Mhm.
do what's best for you. So when I say that, that's what I mean. Like you just gotta go. You really gotta go in situations where that's like, all right, what's for me? Like you gotta go take what's yours.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, some of these coaches not for you. They just for the job. Feel me?
Yeah,
Like that's a
that's a
messed
great
up
point.
way to put it, but like that's just how it is. Like coaches looking when the same way we in the transfer portal, the same way they going and they looking doing the same thing. So they looking to replace you. So you just gotta. It's a dog eat world. Feel me? You
So
gotta do what you gotta do.
you said like, and I do get that, right? Um,
Yeah.
but like, how do you go about that like mentally, like we had London on here, right? Like her coach just got fired, like you know what I'm saying, like so it's just kind of like knowing like my coach could get fired, my coach could leave, like how do you know, like I mean you don't know like if they're gonna get fired or they gonna leave unless they tell you at the end of the season, right? But how do you go into it going into a season and like really being prepared mentally and physically for a season, and then in the back of your mind you don't even know if they plotting to leave, like so how do you kind of like focus on yourself and keep getting
Well, you
better
kind
and
of you kind of like gotta block that out. Like that
I was just
aspect
gonna
of it,
say
you
that,
kind of
like,
gotta
yeah.
block that out, and you kind of gotta just do what you can do.
Mm.
Like control what you control, and show up every day.
gotcha.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of where players go wrong. Like to me, that's like you worrying about like you got to control what you can control. Like you can't control if the coach get fired. You can't control if the coach leave. But if that's all you thinking about, hell, you ain't gonna perform.
Hmm.
So I think controlling what you can control is the key thing.
Gotcha. uh you got a question?
Yeah. As we kind of wrap up, I asked for players, or did I do parents? What did I ask you? Parents or players for advice?
Oh,
I
you,
think
you
I
ain't
think
you,
she did.
you ain't asked neither one of them for
Yeah,
her.
I think she did players. But if I didn't,
Yeah, I think I did players.
Oh, okay.
yeah. What advice would you give parents? I think that you got some people that be like the kid needs to be asking the questions, and I do agree with that. But I feel like it's very hard for 16, 17, 18 year olds to know all the questions to ask. Like sometimes you need that guidance for parents. But on the flip side, sometimes parents can be overbearing. So like what advice would you give to parents as they helping their athlete navigate the journey?
Um, I think parents should be like overbearing because at the end of the day, like you send your child away to college, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like your job. I feel like you should be, but um, I feel like parents should ask what they offering. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you see? What do you see my child? Like, do you see my child actually fit in your system? Um, I know this is kind of crazy, but how many minutes? Like those type of questions. Because at the end of the day, like we 18, 19 years old going to go to college. We ain't never really been like by ourselves.
So I feel like parents should ask those type of like they should make the coach uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Um.
that's good.
So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
Okay. You got anything else?
Oh yeah, I didn't ask my famous question. Was there a moment where you was like, I'm ready to come home?
Yeah, a lot of times.
What was like one of those moments? Like what kind of happened in the scenarios? Like, and you was just like it was a moment like where you was like, I'm ready to go. Like this is it.
Trying to get me in trouble, man.
Oh well, I ain't trying to get you in
Nah,
trouble.
for real though, for real. Um, I don't know. I didn't had a moment though. I can't think about it, but I didn't had a moment. Well, I was like, I want to go home. We
Got you.
probably didn't lost the game. We weren't supposed to lose,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, get me out of here, cuz. Get me out of here, cuz. We got it. It's time to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the moments for real. But
Okay.
other than that, yeah, other than that, it ain't nothing for real.
Got you. All right.
That's all I got. Well, definitely appreciate you for taking time, hopping on. Um, she called and said, "Come get
Come get
me."
me. That's mama.
And
that's,
hey,
that's
hey,
funny.
man.
Appreciate you hopping on. I love talking to you. Like even when you did the live in the community, like you give great information. Very mature. So yeah, definitely appreciate you hopping on. Good luck. Good luck in that transfer
I was
portal.
about to say the same thing.
I'm sure you're gonna have multiple options. So wishing you so much success. In choosing your next school.
Thank y'all.
No
All
problem.
right. All right. All right. Now. Woo! Holla at